Now it's official that I have a skull on the camera. And the skull says, yes, good, that's good, yes, very good. All right, today's the day where we're going to put the solar panels on the top of the truck, finally. Get them out of the bed. So yeah, that little bit of wobble right there, the cables should fix that. And the front to back wobble will be fixed by this when I get that done. So that's the goal, is to get these panels this morning, just setting up here. None of this is mounted. This is not even bolted to here, it's just like a tongue and groove. Plan is to drill some bolts through here and run some cable anchors across, even though I don't want cables going across here. But it's gonna have to happen. So that's it. Let's get this going here. This is what it looks like under the layout. And like I said the other night, I'm considering backlighting these panels instead of even painting them. So of course this truck is almost like a nighttime truck when it comes to the lighting. So we got to unhook the solar panels here, and I got to undo all that wiring, and hopefully it's long enough to reach to the top of the headache rack thing that I built. So let's get this unwired and get these panels up there. It's something I've been wanting to do for days now. So we're going to put the panel on the top here. We're going to see what kind of weight we're adding here. It's 14.5 pounds. So get on my little stepping stool here. Hey, it holds it pretty good. Got to figure out where I'm going to run the wires. And like I said, it wobbles a little back and forth, but I'm going to fix that with the cabling and the turnbuckles. So there we go, that's just setting up there. I'm going to put the other one, and I'll figure out, I'm probably going to put them on the edges here to put the weight on this load-bearing beam here, and keep the panels separated. I just hope I have enough cable length. All right, panel number 2. I could fit easily 4 of these panels up there, for sure 3. And yeah, for sure 3, now that I look at it. So we just added 30 pounds, and I'll route the cables here in a little bit. Let's just toss them in between here. A little MC4 action there. I'm gonna keep them right on the edges for now. I might end up hitting this with some paint just so it doesn't stick out, but of course it matches a little bit the chrome action. And yeah, I haven't decided if I'm going to put them towards the center, but right now I'm just going to set them up there and keep them on the load side of this beam until I do some support stuff up there. But really didn't add any more wobble. Actually acts more stable now, I guess, because it's got some weight on the top. So let's see how much room we got up there. We could put another panel. Yeah, we could definitely. Eventually I might get panels that are more suitable. They make some 200 watters. I could put 200 watters up here and have 400 watts up here instead of this 200 watts. And I could extend it back a little bit and do a 600 watt array, do 3 panels. But this will be good for now. I need to get this hooked up because I'm doing Windows updates on this laptop, because I plan on premiering my video from yesterday from the truck here under its own power. And the laptop's plugged into the power port coming out of the gas tank. But the battery is 12.4 volts. So I'm going to hook these panels up so we can get that battery back to a normal state. So now I need to go find more of this plastic stuff here. So I'm going to have to go out there and mess around in the pollen, because I know I have some of this in the cotton trailer, so we can fill in this center part, because that's where our layouts are going to be going. So we got them just setting up there right now. and the wires are going to be long enough so I can reroute them over here like this, and hide them and all that fun stuff. And let's see how much power. Now they're shaded right now, so they're not completely in the sun, and it's cloudy. But even though they're shaded and it's cloudy, we're getting 2.3 amps. So here in about another 20 minutes, they'll be out of the shade completely. But this part back is all shaded, which makes a big difference on panels. So there we go. Now we're charging. Our battery was at 12.4, now it's at 12.6. So we'll be able to have the power we need to premiere our video at noon. So my plans is to be premiering my videos at noon now. And this is because YouTube takes so long to transcode the video. By the time I get done editing at 10 o'clock or whatever, I'm having to sit there and wait and wait and wait. Is it done? Is it done? And I can't sit there and just wait on YouTube. So I'm going to be premiering my video at noon the next day, which I think it'll be more a consistent schedule, and that's what people will be expecting. And that time might change to 1 o'clock eventually, but I think noon is going to work for me right now with my schedule. So we'll just stick with noon Central Time. So there we go. The panels are probably going to go towards the center when I'm done, once I get some more support. So you won't be seeing the edge of the panel so much. That's the goal. And I could technically put one more of these types of panels back here and have a 300 watt system if I ever needed it. But right now I don't need that extra power because I don't have the system where it moves at 1 mile an hour with the little motor thing on there. And if I did have that system and I was going to have this thing in parades, that extra 100 watts would come in handy. But right now I don't need it. I also fixed up the Birdhouse. So instead of having it straight up and down where it would fall over, I have it on its back, and I put a little leg on the bottom there to stabilize it, and it brings up the bottom. Got this cushiony stuff here, turn the skull around, and I got the cushiony stuff there. So when you can plug it in and charge it, so I can pull power from the truck up there. I got 4 USB ports that are high powered, coming straight off the battery. And then I can plug my USB-C cable in there, and the phone, you can't tell because I'm using it to record, sits here perfectly right under the jawline of the skull. And I'll have this backlit, so there'll be light coming out of the back of this Birdhouse slash cell phone holder. And it's also big enough to hold a tablet, so if you want to put a tablet here, it'll hold a 10-inch tablet perfectly too. So yeah, that was a good upgrade, and Birdhouse came in handy. We're at the hardware store, and it looks like we're going to have plenty of this plastic stuff to put in. I'm just going to go ahead and carry all this back to the house. And what else can we use for our project? I need some hinges. I could use that rusty bike chain for a hinge. I need to come out here with some pliers and cut that off of there. Of course, then I'll lose the length of what I need to rebuild that, so I'll probably not do that. See, I'm going to grab this, and that's a good score. And we'll have, like I said, plenty of that stuff. Wish I'd have kept it a little bit more out of the sun, but that's just the way it is. And this is the original rims for the 65 Chevy, right here. So these 4 rims are the originals. So it's getting about time to put security camera on the 65. I'm probably going to have 4 of them on here, but let's just start off with 1 and see what I come up with. It's an Amcrest 1080p camera, and I got it already hooked up to my Wi-Fi, and it's hooked up to my Blue Iris system, and it also works with the Amcrest app. So I'm going to mount it right inside here for now. And I'm going to use the screw that's on the other side that screws into the PVC as my mounting point, so I don't have to make new holes. And how it's going to work is this little mount here is going to be screwed on the other side of the upright here. So I got it mounted. Of course I need to fine tune it, and I might want to move it up higher, but it does need to be at a different angle. So this is kind of a glare on the laptop screen, but I got my Blue Iris browser open here. There's the camera. It's not going to be clear for you, but it's clear for me. So yeah, there's a weird glare on this monitor. But anyway, that's me, and I can move it. It's got PTZ features, so I'll just show you here. See, I can move it like right here. I'm clicking the little arrows in the browser to move the camera. I can move it up and down. I can see inside the cab. So now I'm kind of looking in the cab of the truck, so I'll be able to see myself in there if I'm driving. I want to have 4 cameras. I got plenty of these things. So, being in the security business, I got security cameras and a lot of different brands. But yeah, at nighttime it's going to be pretty cool looking too with the lights. So, got the camera installed. What else have I done? Made the cell phone holder. The phone fits there perfectly, and I can hook the charger to it. So far, everything is self-sustained in the truck. Here's something else I'm going to end up doing eventually. I'm going to switch to wide angle. Now it's official that I have a skull on the camera. And the skull says, yes, good. That's good. Yes, very good. I'm going to take this radio, we'll put that in the 65. So far, spent less than $20 on this whole project as far as the materials that I've used. So I'm trying to source stuff that I have around the house, and I want a radio back there instead of having to go and turn the one in the cab on, so I can have 2 separate radios. So we're going to take that out right now and put that in the truck. Alright, so let's turn on the radio. I got an antenna hooked up. That should turn it on. I got a homemade antenna right here. So this red part is where the antenna starts right now. And I have the Bluetooth transmitter on, and of course it's going to be copyright striking us, so we'll turn that down here for a second here. We're going to turn that down. So anyway, this is a speaker that somebody was going to throw away, and of course I kept it. I had 2 of them, but I left one of them outside. That's the front part of the other one that we were messing with yesterday. So the back part of the box got messed up. So I'm going to slide this thing up in here towards the left, so at least have 1 speaker where I can have a separate stereo system just in the back, so I can play sound effects or whatever. Maybe during the show I can play creepy sound effects or just whatever. So yeah, that's the plan there. And the cool thing about this radio is I could have the sound effects. I have it taped off so moisture doesn't get in there, but I can have the sound effects coming off of my phone, an SD card, Bluetooth, or auxiliary in. So this is a pretty cool little head unit for the money pile. Alright, so let's get that slid back there and see how it fits. Alright, so here's how the stereo works. So I have this switch right here that turns on this FM transmitter. This smartphone is hooked into the FM transmitter, and then you tune your radio to 90.1. So that's how I get it in the truck in here. So this one tunes to 90.1 and it sounds really good. And then the same thing with the stereo back here. 90.1, that's how I'm getting the music. So I can play the same thing, front and back system, or I can separate them, whatever I want to do. And I'm going to also have an FM transmitter back here, so I can transmit back into the cab if I want. So this is where the speaker ended up. It's down in there facing up, and it sounds actually really good. So I'm going to take the other end. I've also been working on this stuff, so I got these pieces in there and I started trimming on them and cutting them. And I'm probably going to start on the layout tonight after I get my work done at the radio station. So the speaker system, just 1 speaker channel, sounds great out of this little pile. It's got a lot of good low end. So what my plans are is with the other one, this is the identical speaker right here. This is the one that I left outside, but it still works, but the box was destroyed by the rain. So I'm either going to put this one in the bed somewhere, or I'm going to take the separates out and put it in a different enclosure, but to get the bass out of it, you know. So I'm going to work with that some other time. It's not a big deal, but this is the exact same speaker that's down in here, okay? So they're identical. So I kind of want to keep the channels the same, so I'm going to put it somewhere in the truck. I might just set it on the other side and hook it up and just let it free float in there, and it just won't have the bass. But I hate to waste the bass on the sub, so I'm going to do something with an enclosure. Even if I take an old cooler, here's what I was thinking about. I got one of these coolers, like these styrofoam coolers, like this. I don't know if it would fit a 10-inch, but this one might. So I could do something fun, like put the 10-inch in here. Or no, it's actually a 12. If it would fit the 12. Let's see if this fits. Would this fit a 12? Nope. It's 11.5. I'll find something that'll fit in. And we'll probably replace and pull the speakers out of this and put it in a different enclosure. So that's the plan. But yeah, it sounds good. And then I also have it hooked up to where I got the laptop, where I got this, you know, headphone jack on the laptop, and then I can go into the the auxiliary input of the stereo. So whatever I'm playing here can be played on the stereo, and once I get an FM transmitter, whatever's coming out of the laptop will be going into the car stereo inside the truck as well. So the systems are going to be able to share music back and forth when I'm done, and that's the cool part. Like right now, whatever's playing that smartphone plays on both systems right now, and I have another FM transmitter that'll plug straight into this cigarette lighter that I can hook up straight into there. And the coolest thing is I can also Bluetooth into either one of these systems, so from my phone. So that's really cool too. So there we go. I've got this stuff. I'm taking off this plastic here on this stuff here. Some of it's just stuck on there. It's been on there too long. But once I take all that off, I'm going to start messing with the layout. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to get the 1/32 in here, and then the HO inside that. So it's going to be weird how the real estate, everybody's fighting for real estate now. But I want to keep the G scale train for sure. And I might do either or, just the HO or just the 1/32. But I really want to have all three. And that's the goal. Even if one of them has to be a little bit smaller. But we'll see what happens. Oh, let's turn on our, before we stop, let's turn on our LEDs. There we go. We can change color. Let's do red. Let's do red. Let's do orange, green, blue. Yeah, it just doesn't really show up good on the camera at night. I mean, in the evening. There's purple. You get the idea. Pink. I'm going to go back to, let's go to green. Yeah, green is the inside of the cab. Let's see, what color is the cab? Let's match the cab colors here. Yeah, so we got green going on in the cab. So we're going to do green here. We'll figure out which one matches perfectly. That way we keep the theme the same. So yeah, I'm going to do a little video when it gets dark, so it can be in the video as well, of the lights on the front and the back. All right, we'll get back to that here in a second. So I'm going to read the comments. I got all the, this is going to be pretty much how the layout's going to be for the 1/32 and the train. I'm probably going to expand the HO to where it goes all the way around everything else, but I just didn't have time tonight. And I'm probably going to have to get more track, but I'll figure that out. So I'm going to read the comments first, and then we'll check out what I got going on here. So once I read the comments, we'll do a little walkthrough on what I did today. All right, so today, let's see. I'm reading the comments from the video, my plans for the car show. So let's see who left the latest comment here. TP for Freedom says, thanks for sharing, Fry. Let's see if we can see that. I don't know if this is not going to be, I'm not doing a screen capture because I'm out here. I'm really pressed for time. So yeah, thanks for sharing. Always cool to see your projects. So KCA TV says you will be a big hit at Hawkeye. That's my dad. Let's hope so. All right. Billy Bob says, thanks for sharing your passion with all of us. Cool. And I give everybody thumbs up and hearts. And Lisa Robertson, it says, can't wait to see the finished product. I don't know how you come up with all these ideas. Amazing. Thanks for the kind words. So that's a repeat comment there. A-Boss says, fun stuff. And Katie gives me a thumbs up with fries. She's the one that came up with the whole French fry thing with FryTv. Super Salty is giving me 3 thumbs up, a flag, and a heart. Rube Goldberg called, says Jess Olson. Yeah. You know, I didn't even know what Rube Goldberg was about until years ago. My dad was talking about him because he was saying you do a lot of stuff like that. All right, so Loud Red. With that pace, you're keeping up, let's see. With the pace you are keeping, the truck should be ready for the car show. Yeah, let's hope so. I'm putting a lot of time into it. And Freedom Cave says, Canada loves you, Fry. Freedom. I love Canada. So yeah, I do miss all the Canada folks in the chats sometimes when I used to do the live streams. But all right, so the reason why I wanted to read those comments and get it out of the way, because I want to close the laptop here and show you what's going on back here. So today I put in a surveillance camera, a radio, a speaker down there, you saw that earlier. I put in the 1/32 layout. It's a little more simple or smaller, but it's actually funner because it's got good curves where the truck, the car can actually do a fishtail around it. So let me show you here. Spinning around that. And I put those green LEDs in there. And it's so smooth. I need to put some borders on this track so when it does spin around on the inside, it doesn't fly off all the way. Because it's supposed to have borders on each side. So that's that. Alright. So that car is running really good. And then this is the track that I'm not finished with the layout for the most part. I want this layout to go all the way around everything else. And my original plans are to have, when it comes up here, let me just set it on here. I have it already wired to go so I can be hands-free here to explain things. So this is a custom car I did. I put an LED on the front. But if you can see, I have plans for that to be reversed over here. So I want the HO track, I'm gonna go ahead and pull him off there. I want the HO track, this small one right here, to go up the back of the cab, just right here below the windshield, just like it does right now, and go all the way across and back down and do the same thing around here and then back here. I want to do a loop-de-loop where it does a maybe one or two, at least one little loop-de-loop. So I want it to go on the back of the cab and then come down and then come over here around the corner and do a loop-de-loop. So that's the only thing I need to get more track, and I really didn't want to spend money on this project. So far I only got $20 in this as far as the hardware I've had to use. Everything else I had. All right, so isn't that crazy? I had everything else except one stick of 1-inch PVC, 10-foot, and some screws and a little bit of mounting hardware. So I technically have 20 bucks into this as far as the existing stuff I used on the project. And if I buy some more of this track, it's going to cost me about 45 bucks times whatever I need. I'll probably need $80 worth of track. So what I might end up doing is I want to see if I can get Pro Tinker Toys to sponsor it. I don't know if he sells the track, or Scale Electric. I called them the other day and they never called me back to send me about 5 sets of this, or if I can find some used stuff on eBay. But the funnest part about this project is I haven't spent, but like I said, 20 bucks. And I haven't mounted the reverse switch yet for the train, so we can reverse the train and all that good stuff. So now the train goes in reverse. So I guess that's about it for tonight. And here's the amp meter. I don't have everything wired up correctly as far as the way it's going to be. And I also have other plans. I want to have a water feature in here. Yeah, I know. I'm going to have a water feature and some other surprises. But I guess it won't be a surprise if I keep talking about them. But there's going to be a lot of other things going on in here besides just these things down here. There's going to be stuff up here. There's going to be a water feature now that I said it. I don't want to edit it out of the video. And other little fun things. And of course the LEDs, I need to run more LEDs. I need to finish the back of the thing. But it's going to be really cool whenever I'm done. It's going to be really cool. And of course today's addition was the laptop, so I can do live streams from out here and all that fun stuff. And the radio, so I can have a separate radio system. And I added a lot of stuff today. We've got a voltmeter back here now, 14.4 volts. So how I'm keeping the voltage up at night is I got a little smart charger on it, a battery charger. So I keep it plugged into the grid at nighttime. But that's how I'm keeping the battery from running down. You know, just it would run on the truck battery, but I don't want to lower the life of the battery. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I think we're going to call it a night. Let's throw that on the track. Give that one a couple of spins. Love you all. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Oh, and just one other thing. I added a security camera, and I didn't show you the... I guess I showed you earlier, but I was thinking that the screen was washing out. So this is what it looks like, and I can see it from the inside of the house. So I use blue iris. So I have all my cameras. That's the one you used to see on the live stream. That's the living room studio. This is the 80 model Chevy backyard. I need to turn some lights on. I need to go out there. That's the back shop porch area. So yeah, there's no lights on back there. This is the solar trailer, and this is us. So, and what's cool is it's got PTZ, so I can move the camera around, and I can watch the truck from inside the house if I want. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna add a couple more cameras that I have on the truck. I kind of want 4 cameras, but 2 will be enough for now for the car show. So yeah, I just want to add that towards the end of the video. Please like, share, subscribe. The channel seems like it's kind of sustaining and growing a little bit now. And share this on your social media. And remember, subscribing is free and hitting that like button is free. And if you click that bell, I have intentions of uploading and premiering my videos at noon every day now. It seems to be a better schedule for me, and it gives me time to let YouTube process the videos. So I was waiting before for YouTube to process, and this way it can process overnight, and everything will just be fine. So I'm premiering my videos every day at noon Central Time, or my intentions are noonish. So be looking out for my premiere. And the cool thing about premieres is I get to be in the chat room and kind of correct myself when I make mistakes and that kind of thing, and just add to the video and communicate with everybody. That's the best part. Love you all. We'll do this again tomorrow. Please like, share, subscribe.